Right now, every time your blood sugar spikes after a meal, you're actually training your cells to ignore insulin. And it's not just about sugar or carbs alone, but a metabolic switch inside your cells that slowly gets stuck in the wrong position meal after meal, until one day your doctor tells you you're pre-diabetic. And the wild part is this process often starts years before your first abnormal lab result. But research shows there are 3 daily eating habits that directly affect how this unfolds, starting with your very next meal. And these are not diet trends, supplements, or hacks. Each one targets a different biological mechanism involved in how type 2 diabetes develops at the cellular level. One slows how fast sugar enters your bloodstream. One improves how your cells respond to insulin. And one activates your body's built-in fuel sensing system that helps regulate both. So first, swap your starch source because refined carbs like white bread or white rice break down quickly and flood your bloodstream with glucose, while whole food starches like purple sweet potatoes contain natural compounds called anthocyanins that can partially block the digestive enzymes responsible for breaking starch into sugar, allowing glucose to enter your bloodstream gradually, which means less stress on your pancreas, lower insulin demand, and fewer post-meal blood sugar spikes. And here's a simple pro tip: cook your sweet potatoes. Refrigerate them overnight and reheat them before eating because cooling converts some of the starch into resistant starch that feeds your gut bacteria instead of spiking your blood sugar. Second, add one daily whole soy food like tofu, edamame, or miso because soy contains plant compounds called isoflavones, especially genistein and daidzein. And in randomized controlled trials, soy protein containing these compounds improved insulin resistance compared to soy protein without them by increasing GLUT4, the transporter your muscle cells use to pull sugar out of your bloodstream. So instead of sugar hanging out in your blood, your muscles actually take it in and use it. But this effect shows up with whole soy foods, not ultra-processed soy products or protein isolates. And third, stop eating before you feel completely full because inside every cell is a fuel-sensing enzyme called AMPK. And when AMPK is active, your cells become more sensitive to insulin and better at using glucose for energy. But when you consistently eat until you're stuffed, a different pathway called mTOR takes over, shifting your body into storage mode with more fat storage, less cellular cleanup, and reduced insulin sensitivity. And studies show that even a consistent 10 to 15% calorie gap, simply stopping before you're totally full, is enough to activate AMPK over time. So eat slower, pause between bites, give your brain time to catch up with your stomach, which usually takes about 20 minutes, and avoid constant snacking because grazing all day keeps your body in storage mode. So here's the practical version. Swap 1 refined starch per day for a boiled or steamed sweet potato. Add 1 serving of tofu, edamame, or miso to your routine. And get into the habit of stopping before you're completely full because each of these habits targets a different step in the same metabolic chain. One slows how fast sugar enters your blood. One improves how your cells respond to insulin. And one activates the fuel sensing switch that makes both work better. This isn't a cure, and it doesn't replace your doctor's advice or medication. But it's what peer-reviewed research says about how diet directly connects to blood sugar control at the cellular level. So give it 90 days of consistency. That's roughly the lifespan of a red blood cell and the time frame where HbA1c changes become measurable. 3 habits, 3 mechanisms, 1 plate at a time.